Sunrise on the water, that bite getting hotter. It's Fish Like a Local,
an angler's podcast. Fish Like a Local is proudly brought to you by Barefoot Insurance Brokers for all your commercial insurance needs. Reel's Good Prestige Worldwide, the Gulf Coast's top outdoor marketing company. A Hero, America's heroes enjoying recreation outdoors, a veteran and first responder service organization.
All right. Hey, all our fellow anglers. Captain Keith Davis here with my co-host, Captain Justin Stapler,
What's
Joe
up,
the
guys?
Pro,
What's up?
and Robert, I know somebody Walker from Reel's Good Prestige Worldwide.
Here we go.
What's going on, fellas? Welcome.
What's up, man? Not a long day.
Another long day.
Man,
for sure.
wishing I was fishing.
Wishing I was fishing
Yeah, I
too.
really do.
Well, guess what? They're coming back.
They're back.
What's coming back?
Everything, man. The bait, the pompano, the flounder are moving back in after they've been spawning offshore. The Spanish mackerel is starting to move in. It's go time.
The Spaniards are here.
Go time.
Hey, you know how you can tell they're Spanish? By their accent.
The dad joke.
That's
All right,
definitely a dad joke.
Joe, you got to follow that. I think
Yeah,
it's
Joe, tell us what's going on with the flounder, man. You're the flounder guy.
Dude, they're moving it in full force right now.
You caught like 2 this week or what?
No, I've caught.
Oh, that's your best?
Yeah, let's see. Monday afternoon, I caught 5 in about an hour. I think it was Sunday I went. Was it? I don't know.
I don't know when you win.
Yeah, you guys do know when I go
Sunday
because I
was
sent you
raining.
pictures. Yeah, I think it was Sunday. I think I caught about 15 on Sunday.
How far in they move?
Huh?
How far in they move already?
No, they're just in the bays. They haven't made too far in.
Not upriver.
I'm sure there's some, but not many yet.
So are you seeing big fish? Seeing small fish?
Uh,
Males,
the-
females? What's
They're
going
coming
on?
in waves. They've gotten bigger. Like each weekend, I've started catching bigger fish and bigger fish. So
Nice.
on average right now, it's like 17 and a half to 18.
I'm glad to hear Joe's catching big fish.
Why? Because you're not, or what?
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Right. You got to make time to fish to catch fish.
Yeah. What about this pompano?
So they're coming in. This
Yeah.
weekend we're all fishing Blaine's Pompano tournament. That's a
Pretty excited
Panhandle
about
Salt
that.
Water Showdown. Super excited about that. James Pemberton over at Frisky Fins has hooked us up with the tools we need to dominate in this tournament. So let's talk about that for a second. We've got everybody tries to cast out to Mexico, and those fish are actually running in that first and second gut, and they're following that fish highway. You see those rip current warnings. That's where you want to fish.
Yeah.
That's where you want to
Ambush
fish.
point.
Outside
Ambush
zone.
point.
Yep.
In between those sandbars where those cuts are running through, that's the area you want to
Yeah.
target with those pompano rigs.
Yeah.
So Frisky's pretty much mastered the art of building these floats, this double dropper rig. You put your Sputnik weight on the bottom, Justin's holding right here.
Guys, we're going to have some higher surf this weekend, and this is what you're going to want to be using if you're fishing Blaine's tournament, or if you're just fishing for fun. Go find you a Sputnik weight. If you're fishing in the surf this weekend, it's going to be a little rougher. I think they're calling for some 3-footers on like 3-4 seconds. What that means is choppy water near the beach. Those troughs that Robert's talking about washing out, that water is going to be probably ripping out of there. You're going to need something strong to hold in those troughs. That being said, the Frisky Sputniks, of course, he's got them all different sizes, weight-wise. These things are really cool. Robert, you want to demonstrate how that works for the people?
Yeah, man. So this is a 5-ounce, and the way these tension arms work is in that stronger current, you want to squeeze them together so that they make a stronger bond. In the lighter current, you want to stretch them out so that they're easier to release. If you've got too much pressure on that, when you hook that pompano and you try to pop it out of the surf, you're going to lose your fish. But if you don't have enough tension, it's going to roll down the beach and tangle you up in your buddy's line.
Those riptides that are the same riptides responsible for harming so many people, or where you're going to find those fish a lot of times, just because the bait's disoriented. Those big predators can come in there and hold their own in the riptide. So
100%. Yes.
Now everybody forgets that a pompano is part of the jack family, the same as those
That's a powerful
amberjacks.
fish.
Yeah, those permits and African pompano, they've all got that curved nose. If you look at the face of the pompano, it looks just like every other jack crevalle that we're catching out there. And these fish are predators. They're in that surf. They're looking for those sand fleas that are getting churned up. Buy you a sand flea rig. They're not that expensive. Match the hatch. Harvest your sand fleas right there. Put your Sputnik weight on the bottom, tied to your main line, and put you a couple sand fleas on there.
So guys, when you're looking for those sand flea colonies too, and I'll try to cut this in, for those of you watching on YouTube or Facebook, we'll try to cut a little sample in. I'll do some homework, maybe take a picture this weekend, depending on when this drops, and show you what one of those sand flea colonies look like and how to spot them. As you're walking the beach, you're looking at the edge of that water. As those waves roll up and they start to recede, you're wanting to look basically for like what birds look like in the sky, that V. You'll see them down in the sand buried up, and as that water pulls back, it exposes them a little bit. You got to look close, but you can find them, and I'll try to post a clip, a video, or cut to something in the YouTube version of this so you guys can see it. So if you're listening anywhere else and not getting the video, go to YouTube and check that out if you're interested.
You didn't tell me to bring the rake out.
You're not bringing the rake? You're gonna bring
It's right there.
Oh yeah, we could have brought the rake too for those that hadn't done. If you're not done much surf fishing, the rake can be important if you're looking for fleas.
It's about equivalent to your child's drawing of a flock of birds is what you want to look for.
Yeah.
100%. That's a great analogy.
Hey, I want to eat some sand fleas. I want to harvest them.
I'm
Fine.
good. I'm gonna pass on that.
No, they're crustaceans. They're tiny crabs.
He's allergic to
They'll
them.
kill me.
They'll kill him.
Okay.
Holy shit.
This guy.
He's trying to kill you, dog.
Yeah, but they're full of that orange stuff, man.
Row.
That's
Is that what that is?
That's baby
right.
fleas.
yeah, it's
All right, let's do it.
yeah, it's all row. It's
Goes in.
Yeah.
We could put them on the pellet smoker.
Yeah. So what else is moving in right now? Are we getting in?
Spanish mackerel
yeah?
starting to show up.
Oh, the
Yeah.
max.
Yeah, and
Hey, before we move on from that, I'm gonna throw a shout out. If you're gonna eat anything that you got to cook right now, Raging Cajun will fix it. I promise
yeah.
you. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's what I was
100%.
thinking. Little Creole
Cajun
seasoning
choice.
on my black and.
Black and row.
Do we have to show
Yeah, we're gonna eat them whole.
them?
Are they like soft shell crab?
Yeah.
The only hope for these bugs or whatever this is Raging Cajun for sure. So
Is it
shout out
worth
to those
it?
guys.
Like,
It's
are we
gonna
gonna
be
die?
worth it. No, it's gonna be
No,
worth it.
Mikey
It's like
likes
popcorn.
them. We're gonna let him try it.
It's gonna be
They're
like
gonna be like
I'm gonna
pop-
let you eat
They're
one
gonna be like
and wait a
popcorn
couple
fleas.
hours
Okay.
before I eat one.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure you're not
Yeah.
gonna like croak on
Swell
it.
I'm gonna wait 2
And
hours.
I'm gonna make sure you don't wuss out.
What if it's like an aphrodisiac? And
Oh, I'm not gonna be in the same room with you at the same time. No, we're not.
Okay, back to Spanish
All right,
mackerel.
back to Spanish.
They are showing up, and while I was on the pier for Frisky's tournament, I did see a big king sky.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
caught some
Yeah.
the day I was out. No, I'm sorry. Right, the day after, I seen them posting on Facebook that they caught
A
some
few
that-
kings
during
were
that
caught,
week.
yeah.
They
Couple
were
kings.
showing
I'm
up.
excited. I'm excited.
So these are toothy critters, and I strongly suggest that you use at least a 50-pound monofilament leader and change it often. And you cannot reel fast enough. I promise you, it is not humanly possible for you to reel fast enough for these fish.
So I differ
Yeah.
on the leader presentation. I'm a
Okay.
lighter leader for Spanish. I love trolling jerk baits, crankbaits, those kind of things for them. Real simple approach. Freshwater lures a lot of times. In fact, like the Mackerel here. Let me see that thing. This is distress lure. We caught so many Spanish mackerel on this lure last year. And, we caught everything on this lure, man. But these are just a freshwater bait, and they do great for Spanish. But you're right about ripping it. Where if we're trolling, they get smoked. I like the lighter leaders, but I have to pay attention because I do lose fish and lose lures.
So what speed are you trolling this lure at?
Anywhere from 4 to 6
6.
miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's my go-to range usually. And that being said, on the leader, part of the reason I go lighter is these swim better. And a lot of people are going to troll spoons, Clark spoons, different stuff for those Spanish. But these, when I troll these, they seem to troll a little better on the lighter. We caught kings on them last year. As long as it's moving, you may lose one here and there, but they just troll a little better. Now, your reason.
No, I understand that 100%.
Yours
But
may
if,
be
if
for
I'm
casting,
right, if I'm
yeah.
jerking a gotcha, or I'm pulling a bubble rig, and actually these 4 horsemen popping corks would work great too. Get that bait out there with that 50-pound leader on it, and have your bait behind it. You can use something small like this. The American Bait Works Bait Fuel Curly Tails behind this popping cork and get their attention. That's going to
Work similar to the bubble rig.
right, 100%. But
I think you could put their shrimp on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna hit anything.
especially in this new penny.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
catch a lot of the Spanish mackerel toward the end of that sheep's head spawn because they
Yeah.
start moving in there feeding on the same shrimp.
The bluefish too.
Yeah,
And ladies.
it's weird. Like the toothy critters show up at one time. It seems like the
Yeah.
blues and the Spanish kind of in that same within a month.
Where do they come from?
I don't know where do they migrate all
I
around?
think
the
they
So
go
coast?
all
east.
those pelagic species, no, they're moving south to north in the summertime. They're chasing that water temperature. And it's just like with you. You have a specific temperature that you set your household to. And if
Yeah.
you're outside and you start sweating, you find a shady spot, all animals want to be comfortable.
Right.
So right now, when we're in this transition phase where the speckled trout are starting to move back in, we're looking for 75-degree water temperature. It's not about depth. It's about water temperature. Same thing in winter.
75.
With the sheep's head, we're looking for what? 58-degree water temperature?
64 on crappie.
64 on crappie. See?
Yeah.
Every species, including humans and fish, have a specific temperature that they like to hang out in. So in the wintertime, when you're looking for those mud flats to absorb the heat, to raise that temperature, versus summertime where you may be looking for, a grass flat that's not holding that heat in as much.
Yeah.
So can I go back to Spanish for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, hola.
So I know you've got a buddy that likes to fish fluorocarbon sabikis for
Okay.
Spanish.
Yes.
What's y'all's take on that? I've not tried it.
So
Alerts.
when you're mashing the hatch,
Yep.
and right now those Spanish mackerel are feeding on little bitty glass minnows. When you catch one on your gotcha plug or your bubble rig and you pull them up on deck, they're regurgitating an entire belly full of these little bitty, teeny tiny glass minnows.
Okay.
Okay, so those sabikis
Are replicating that.
are replicating those schools
Huh.
of those glass minnows moving through.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start throwing something in a 6, 7, 8 inch, these 5-inch curly tails in a school of glass minnows. The predator thinks this is another predator.
Yeah.
They're getting out of the way. You slim down your profile into a smaller, 2, 3. This is a 4-inch, but these go-to minnows here at 3 inches is closer to the bait that those larger predators are feeding on.
So you're trying to
The
convince
glass
me to
minnows.
throw an Alabama rig with those?
Sure, as long as it's that smaller, slimmer profile.
We're gonna do that this
Yes,
summer.
we
by the way.
are.
We've got a couple
Yes,
of
we
Alabama
are.
and umbrella rigs, whatever you call
Yeah.
them, wherever you're from. But I think that's something I really, really am excited
Oh,
about.
I'm
Now,
excited.
We
Yeah.
need to go do it like when the Spanish are fired up.
Like real quick, like.
I think if we found an Alabama rig with a heavy enough wire and you took it into the marsh, I think you can
Think
mess
so?
some stuff up. Yeah.
And that's right now.
Let's go experiment with it.
Yeah.
The
We've got a
sea
couple.
shrimp are up in the marshes.
Yep.
And you go high tide around those points, whether it be wind or current movement, and wait at that tide change to pull all those crabs and shrimp out of that grass. That's the point that predator's sitting on
Yeah.
as it's pulling that food out.
The ambush spot.
It was really strange. Monday afternoon, it was just at high tide turnover. Grass lines were flooded. There was no fish on it. I moved out to the structure like I would on low tide, and they were stacked.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was really weird. So I don't know if the bait's holding off of the grass right now in the deeper water, or that front.
River's been really high past
Yeah.
couple days.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was strange.
Well, and that's the barometric pressure screwing with
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah.
It gives them lockjaw because those swim bladders they fill up, and that's what causes them not to want to eat because
Yeah.
they feel full.
Oh, well,
you got to
they
wait
ate.
on that pressure to drop so those swim bladders.
Listen to
Shrink.
Robert dropping knowledge tonight, man.
Right.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
He's bringing it.
Bringing it.
Real good, baby.
Feels good for Steve.
I don't want to be a
Worldwide.
guest star. I want to be a co-host.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So those weekly fishing reports I do, I hit all those points, talking about moon phases, solar feeding times, and it's not just fish. All animals are affected by the gravitational pull of the moon. When we're deer hunting, we're looking for those major feeding times in the winter.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I believe them. I think they're all wrong. I think the moon definitely has in effect, but I think the charts that we look at are bull crap.
Oh, those are human made.
Yeah, they suck.
So let me ask you this: you're talking, he's talking about the swim bladder being full. They're not hungry. You were catching fish when they should have had full bladders. Do you think it was just a reactionary?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe them. I think they're all wrong. I think the moon definitely has an effect, but I think the charts that we look at are bull crap.
Oh, those are human made.
Yeah, they suck.
So let me ask you this: you're talking, he's talking about the swim bladder being full. They're not hungry. You were catching fish when they should have had full bladders. Do you think it was just a reactionary
I
strike?
definitely struggled to catch my fish, but
Do you think it was reactionary or hungry?
I think I hit him in the head.
He foul hooked them.
And that is probably a true statement.
Exactly.
I know growing up bass fishing in freshwater lakes and stuff,
Put 'em in
bass
your
that are
mouth.
on a bed,
They're aggressive.
they're aggressive. You throw in there, they may not be hungry, but they're going to smash the bait sometimes because you're in there messing with their fry, or they see it as a threat.
Yeah, you're in my house.
So
Stand my
I'm
ground.
assuming flounder.
Which is exactly what the bass are doing right now. They're on spawn.
Stand in the ground.
Yeah.
And don't get in my
But
house.
I don't think flounder are like that. They're opportunist feeders.
So if you hit them in the head with it,
Yeah,
it's not out of
dude. If you
meanness, they're
drag a bait past a flounder, chances are he's going to eat it. And if he comes off your hook, drop it right back down.
He's going
He's
straight
gonna
back
eat it
down.
again.
He's going straight
Yeah.
back down. If you release one, it'll
That's
go
interesting.
straight back down.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, so
We were talking about match the hatch.
yeah, we've been bouncing around a lot, but the match to hatch thing kind of goes with just about every species, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And all year.
and all year. Yeah, that's probably the one variable that doesn't change very much, other than the bait that's coming through.
Yeah. Match the hatch. Right now, everything's feeding on those small shrimp and small minnows, and these clear lures. They don't have a solid color blocking light, so this will appear smaller to those fish if you do not have a lure small enough to match the hatch. And if that doesn't do it, break the tail off, and then it will be that smaller.
There's your pro
bait.
tip from Joe the Pro
Yep.
tonight.
Joe the Pro, bring
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna do it.
You gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay,
What?
I'm gonna do it.
He's gonna do it.
He's
Yeah,
going to do
He's
it.
gonna bite the tail off and catch a fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
You going to put Raging Cajun on it or just bite it off?
Yeah. You want
Do they have a
season
dip?
it up?
They got like a sauce.
Yeah, we're gonna
They
make
do.
an
They got
aioli.
some really good pickled relish.
Did it work?
An aioli.
A garlic aioli.
Garlic, Raging Cajun,
Yeah.
Creole aioli.
That'll
Fish
be good
like
on your
garlic.
soft plastic.
Yeah.
Your wedge tail.
Is that already scented? Is it flavored as well?
It smells like plastisol.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic sauce.
Yeah, that probably smells like cancer.
Yeah.
So red snapper's currently closed.
May
But
23rd.
yeah, but vermilions open year round. We're tearing those up on the near shore reefs, looking for hard bottom like those old bridge rubbles.
Yep.
The bridge rubble was very, very productive 2 weeks ago. We ran a batch of charters out. Guys got burned out on sheep's head fishing. 2 different days, 2 limits of vermilion. We caught vermilion every day in 80, 90 feet of water. You don't have to run out. You'll see guys send it 20 miles, 30 miles. You can catch them out in deeper water, no doubt. You catch bigger ones, but if your boat's not capable of that, guys, don't hesitate to run out to that 8, 9 mile mark, hit some bridge rubble, hit some. They really, like you said, the hard bottom stuff is where they're going to be. I've never found them much on the pyramids, but those piles of rubble and just stuff like that and debris they like. I don't know if that's. I don't know why they're like. I've not researched that. I just know they're there.
That's something we need to look into.
Yeah, we'll look at
It's
that.
got to be the bait they're feeding on is hanging around.
There you got to get through the hard head sometimes.
Yeah, if you start catching hard heads, just
Don't
pull
let
up and
them
move.
get through you.
We had those really good days, several days in a row. The first time we went out and caught a hardhead, we did not find a vermilion on that.
Yeah,
We
pick
moved.
up and move.
And it's weird because there'll be hundreds of those vermilion, if not, I don't know, say thousands or not. I've not been down there, but they're thick. And when those hardhead catfish are there in 80 feet of water, they're getting so thick. It seems like the vermilion and the better species disappear. I don't know. That's
100%. And you start catching hard heads, pick up and move.
The
and
bait
don't
that-
fight with the hardheads. Keith likes to pick fights with them and lose. His hand's still swollen.
We're not worried about these 3 fingers still being numb. It's okay.
Are they really?
Public service announcement: the hardhead catfish spines
Aren't quite venomous.
are venomous.
Yeah.
And they don't even
and-
have to stab you. They can just rub across you, and it's going to make for a very bad day.
And I can tell you by experience, it's 6 to 8 hours of excruciating pain.
Well, in your defense, you did get stuck right in a nerve.
Oh, I
and
did.
You went and you had part of a hard-hit catfish fin in your hand for over a week. So probably should have got that out the first day. Would have been a little better.
Well, I thought I had. But anyway.
Yeah.
What are missing?
What else is on the
Speedliner.
agenda, guys? We kind of bouncing around.
Oh, dude, you ready to get whooped by some AJs?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm not.
our new producer, Giovanni, I want to put him on an AJ.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's going to get Donkey Kong.
Hey, he can skip the
I don't
gym
think you're
tomorrow
ready.
after he
I'm
gets
ready,
one of
yeah.
those.
Born ready. I need some donkey, man.
He can skip the gym after one of those.
I told him, you're not going to bring in 3.
Yeah.
You're going to lose 2.
or 10.
Or
In
10.
Raymond's case.
Man.
Yeah. Or you're going to snap off handles, you know?
Yep, I've seen Joe literally have the handle broken off his reel.
Pound for pound, the amberjack's one of the most powerful fish in our fishery.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they limit them worse than the red snapper.
Dude, last year was pathetic.
I don't even like the flavor of one, though.
Dude, I just
do.
wanted to
I
jump
do.
off the back of the boat and spear one, and I couldn't.
We had so many AJs, and maybe somebody can, if you're working in that world, reach out and explain to us why y'all cut it short. I get you have numbers and research you do, but we could see these things so thick under the boat. We're talking in 80, 90 feet of water, keeper amberjack, which is not necessarily always where you're going to find those big ones, but they were so thick that you could walk on them. And then, what, 2 weeks in?
Dude, it wasn't even open 2 weeks.
Did he make
Right,
it 2
they
weeks?
should've had to wait
Again,
until-
we're
yeah.
about regulation and protecting species and all that.
Definitely conservation.
Conservation has got to be there, but come on, go out there on a boat and look. I mean, there was, again, maybe it was just that reef. Maybe that's the only one. Maybe y'all know more than us. But somebody reach out, let us know what that's about. Help us understand it. And we'll put the word out. We'll explain it to other anglers that are upset.
Gladly do it.
Yeah, that's
Just educate us.
you know, something we need to do, Keith, is with our charters. The marine resource folks, they reached out and did the surveys with charter captains, and they said that they put the work in. The scientists will get on the boat. They will pay to go with us as a charter guide to go out and document fish.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take them on a kayak and show them what a flounder
No,
looks
they'll
like.
go. They will send a biologist out with you.
So, but you know, that's one of the positive
story.
things they have done for us. Our
Yeah,
flounder population was completely and totally decimated after the
big time.
BP oil spill. And it wasn't even the oil. It was the disbursement chemical that dropped that oil down to where those fish live on the bottom. But between increasing the size limit from 12 to 14
Yep.
inches, decreasing the krill limit, and shutting down the flounder harvest during the month of November while they're spawning, our flounder population has rebounded.
It
Same
has.
with the,
Yeah.
And now, when we catch a 14-inch flounder that used to be 2 inches over legal, we're like, we're not killing this baby
dude.
because we're catching 16, 18-inch doormats
Yeah.
and feeding the family.
24 and a
Yeah,
half.
you know, I think a lot of people would disagree with what I'm about to say, but I really feel like flounder should have a slot.
Okay.
Because
what are your numbers
You telling
on
me
that?
if you catch a 24-inch flounder or a 23-inch flounder, where's it going?
In my belly.
Yep, that's where it's going to go. And that fish is genetics, and it's a breeder.
You're
and chances
right.
are that fish is probably,
I've wondered
10 years
that on a
old.
lot of species why, it's for you freshwater folks that are watching aren't familiar with what we're talking about down here. The slot is so redfish, for instance, 16 to 26 in Alabama.
Yeah.
That is the sweet spot for keeping these fish and eating them. Now, does that mean you couldn't eat one over 26? They're still pretty good table fare. As they get bigger, it's not so great. But the
Yeah.
purpose is to protect those breeder fish.
Yeah.
Like you said, the better genetics, the stronger.
Yeah.
And I get it. So why are we not doing that on more of the species? Again, scientists, folks, let us know. Educate
Because
us.
some of us are prideful, and when I caught that 24.5-inch PB, that fed 7 people and I had leftovers.
Yeah.
And it's people like me. I sit here and call myself a conservationist, and then I go and I harvest that fish. The reason I harvest that fish because it swallowed it deep and it's going to die
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, and it depends on
And that's the
species to
difference.
species.
Yeah.
The reason that is 26-inch maximal on the redfish is because it took scientists decades to figure out that redfish didn't even start breeding until they were 2 years old.
Yeah.
So maybe with flounder that's different.
Flounder start breeding a lot younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 12.
How about 24 and a half inch flounders? That's
12
gonna
to
be a
14
nice,
inches
good
is a
genetic
breeder
breeder,
flounder.
just like looking at the buck on the wall right there.
But a 25-inch redfish is not a breeder.
Yeah. But I will say I've learned from the CCA that if that fish is over 20 inches, it's guaranteed a female because the males do not get that big.
Right.
And it's the same way in all species. The 12-inch minimum that used to be on a Gulf flounder were the males that you could barely get to.
Yeah.
You know, versus a southern flounder that grow a little bit larger, but still the males are always the smaller of the species. You know, and we had, what was that, October Fish for Families in 2024. That Kyle Wilson was bringing in those pregnant ones, but luckily he harvested them live. We weighed them in live, and then we released them right there back into the ICW at Tacky Jacks. You know, so. And we actually had Marine Resources Fishery Division at that event, and you know this is a joint effort from all aspects. Where they're breeding those fish in captivity, releasing them back into the wild, and then taking clippings from the multiple events that I helped promote, not just Bonds Court Butchers, but they were coming out to Mobile Bay Kayak Fishing Associations and Alabama Coastal Fishermen Association events, as well as Saltwater Fanatics, and actually taking clippings off of those flounder to match the DNA with the DNA that they have in their database from the fish they were breeding to make sure that those fish were integrating properly into the wild. Because they could see where the farm-raised fish they were releasing were breeding with the wild-caught ones and making sure that their efforts were paying off and actually helping increase the flounder population.
Yeah, that's such a cool program.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to say the last 2 years of only targeting flounder has been insane. It's good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
100%.
Well, guys, it's been a long day, long episode so far, I guess. Quick shout out if you guys are up around Guntersville, Alabama, anywhere in the world, and you want to go to Guntersville, Alabama. May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we're hosting our 2nd annual Freshwater Frenzy in support of A Hero. It's America's Heroes Enjoying Recreation Outdoors. I think it's aherousa.org. If you want to check them out, veteran and first responder service organization. Come out, veterans, first responders fish for free. Bring the kids out. This is a family-friendly tournament. Lots of cool sponsors coming out there. Columbia PFG is a big one. Just for your entry fee, $40 for the adults. You're getting a $40 Columbia shirt just for being there, being in the tournament. So now I will say we're limited to about 50 shirts on that. So be sure to show up at the pre-party, River Rat Party. Casey and JD's on the lake under the Wyndham. Probably right outside there on Friday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. After 8 p.m., you guys can go fishing. The tournament kicks off at 8 p.m. Bow fishing guys, same thing. Show up. You can start sticking fish as soon as you walk out the door at 8 p.m. We're really excited to have that division this year in there as well. And Robert's done such a great job as always. Reel's good to bring in the sponsors and all. We were super excited that Columbia PFG reached out, man. Just a blessing right there. It's going to be a great tournament this year. Come out and support these guys with A Hero. Show some love for our veterans, first responders. Have some fun with us. We're going to be targeting catfish, bass, panfish, crappie, and then the bow fishing guys. Again, I'm not familiar with bow fishing, but I know drum, gar, catfish, carp. We got whatever your species are. Best 5 fish, heaviest 5 creel wins it all.
All right. So what are the entry fees on this? Because Guntersville is one of the top 5 bass lakes in the United States.
So this tournament's definitely not about the money. So if you're looking to come out and jackpot this and make thousands of dollars, this isn't your tournament. This is to come out and support a great cause. $40 entry, you're going to leave with enough tackle, the Columbia shirts. It's worth that just to show up. Kids, $25. Bring your kids, let them get in this thing. And some of these kids can fish. We seen that last year.
Yeah, we did. We got our butts whooped by some of them.
I mean, these kids, they had a blast. So bring your kids out. If you're a big bass guy and you're used to fishing these big tournaments, that's cool. But this one, you load the kids up, load mom up. Y'all come have fun. Come in, be in the panfish. Do something different. Just have a good time with us. We're going to have hopefully some entertainment there. We're going to do some games. We got lots of raffle prizes. Keith and I are going to be donating a couple fishing charters. Our buddy with Stick and Fatties, Zach Wilkerson, is going to be donating a charter down here to go bow fishing in brackish waters. Yeah, he's got a crazy awesome
Yes.
charter to take you guys on.
I one off custom boat.
And
like
these are going to be
you've never
raffles, so just come out and have some fun with us, show some love. Again, this one's not about the money, but I can guarantee you that entry fee you're talking about, $40 a person for adults for the fishing side.
seen. You're gonna make money.
You're gonna leave with more gear, just tackle alone, just for showing up.
And then you don't even have to have a boat.
No, fish from anywhere.
Fish the way you
Bring that
like,
up.
where you like. Just catch the target species and bring it to Casey's. Weigh it in.
We just want to have fun, guys. The kids is my favorite part of this. When they come out, and they had, as adults, we lose some of that, I guess, that fire you had as a kid and excitement. Man, they were just fired up last year. So hopefully we can do that again. Bow fishing, guys, 160 a team. If you have a veteran or first responder on your team, there is a discount of $40 per person, veteran first responder on that. That's being covered by some sponsors. We also, if you are interested in sponsoring a veteran or the tournament in general, we still have some space available for that. Anything that we can get to help out with this, just get it paid for. Get this thing where we can have fun. If there is any money left and it's significant enough, we're going to donate that directly to A Hero. They're mainly looking for the awareness. These guys are just amazing folks.
Absolutely.
When somebody don't ask for money, they just said, "Man, tell the world about us."
Yeah.
That right there is what it's about, and we're super excited to be doing that again. So anyways, guys,
Hang on.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Those
go
of
ahead.
you that, so there's 44,000 plus VSOs, Veteran Service Organizations in the United States. Go look up aherousa.org, and all of their financials are totally transparent. We see all this stuff on TV, and I'm not going to bash anybody. I'm a veteran myself, but 93+% of their money goes right back into it.
That's awesome.
You can't beat it.
That's it.
That's all I
Right
got.
on. You hit the nail on the head. Guys, thank y'all for coming out again.
Yeah.
As always, I always look forward to hanging out with you guys in there. I know it's only technically our second episode that we really got done, so we're looking to drop these soon, guys. So tell your friends, come out and follow. We're going to keep trying to bring some new faces in here and there to help us learn more about what we do, help you guys learn, and I guess we'll see you next time. Oh, quick shout out. I didn't even say, we talked about Columbia for the tournament.
Oh,
Columbia hooked the whole crew up.
Let's go.
The Bon Secours Butchers Pro staff, we're stoked, freaking stoked, man.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be an awesome year, guys.
Yeah.
So,
It's gonna be a good one.
I'm super excited.
Shout out to our engineers.
oh yeah, Gio, thanks for being here, buddy.
And Trevor.
Trevor for running the cameras tonight. We're learning, guys, so bear with us. This is just going to get better and better. We're going to figure it out slowly, and hopefully,
Y'all stick around for the ride.
hopefully learn to catch more fish.
Yeah.
All right, guys, see you next time.
Later.
Tight lines and good times.
Sunrise on the water, that bite getting hotter. It's fish like a local.
An Angler's Podcast. Fish Like a Local is proudly brought to you by Barefoot Insurance Brokers for all your commercial insurance needs. Reel's Good Prestige Worldwide, the Gulf Coast's top outdoor marketing company. A Hero, America's heroes enjoying recreation outdoors, a veteran and first responder service organization.